so that the things should not go down. So you can consider a region as a city. Same like that, even in Azure also you have different regions actually. So how do I know? If I go here, if you go and go to the storage accounts, and if you click on add, right, and these are all the regions. So these are all the regions it is having spread across, but Azure is having more regions when compared to AWS. So if you take in India, you only have Azure in, you only have AWS in only Mumbai, but it will have like, we have like Pune, you have Mumbai as well as in Chennai, in here actually for Azure. So do you know why there is no data center either for Azure or AWS in Delhi or Kolkata or somewhere in Gujarat? Any idea?
Due to the climate, humidity.
Climate. To the climate, why? It's running an AC only, right? Always. It's inside the data center AC, it will be already there, right?
I think usage near to these places more, I guess.
Okay, so no, that's not the reason. The reason is two things. One is because of Pakistan, because if there is any some sort of a war-like situation, it is nearer so that they can be attacked. And the most probable reason is because of the there are seismic zones actually, earthquake-prone zones actually. So it is something like I think seismic. So normally what will happen is the north, right, mostly they will comes under the seismic zones because it's still the India is still moving towards the Himalayas are moving. So it is not really earthquake prone zone. That's why you have many data centers available in Singapore. If you see, all major business companies will have their data centers available in Singapore. The reason is Singapore don't falls under any seismic zone, and you see less number of data centers somewhere in wherever you are heavy earthquakes, right, Philippines and or Hawaii, or not Hawaii, I think so it will be very less. So that's why they have concentrated they have their data centers only in the south actually, or central. But I don't know Pune, because maybe say Pune didn't came under the seismic zone, but there is a large earthquake happened in Latur, Maharashtra years back, but depends. Okay, that means what I'm trying to say is data center just won't come overnight, guys. So if there is a new region they want to establish, it is investment of hundreds of crores. Okay, that means they need to get a real estate, they need to put a lot of power on all these things actually. So it's a heavy investment actually. So that's why they do a lot of study. They'll take out last 200 years, what are the any floods are there, any earthquakes are there, what are the any natural calamities are there, and based upon that they establish that one. So a region, you can simply say that one a city or something. Okay, so that where you can have your Azure presence. Now you also have availability zones here. So what I'm saying is this is a region, right? So not right now I'm actually in North Virginia. If you come down, if you see, these are the in AWS, these are the availability zones. If you see, it is starting with 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, E, and F, right? So if you see, these are basically different availability zones. So what is an availability zone? Availability zone is nothing but a simple one or more data centers, guys. So that's what I said. So if you have a city, for example, take Bangalore as a city, as a region, then you can have three availability zones. One availability zone which might be a one building, couple of building, doesn't matter. We can say availability zones. For a namesake, I'm going to say it's, so imagine this is what I'm going to take. This is a Bangalore region. What I can do is Bangalore is something like because I know places in Bangalore very well. So I can actually take four availability zones in four corners of the city. So I can name it as 1, 2, 3, 4. But everything is interconnected. Remember, guys, every availability zone interconnected. Now what will happen if by any chance if something problem goes here, right, you can still have your servers running in 4, 3, and 2. You have the uptime actually. So and this range, right, this in AWS it should be like not more than 100 kilometers. And when Azure came into the picture, right, they don't have any sort of availability zone concept, guys. They don't have any sort of availability zone concept. So what they did was you just able to select the region. For let me show it to you. if you try to create a virtual machine, then you will get it. So if I go to virtual machines, and if I try to add a virtual machine, okay, select your resource group. Now here, if it is, let me go ahead and select East US, guys. If I select East US, right, what will happen here? Availability, under the availability options, you have availability zones, and you will have availability zone 1, 2, 3. What is this 1, 2, 3? They are data centers, guys. Okay, so imagine if you are deploying 3 servers, what you can do is you can put the 3 servers in each availability zone, so that if any availability zone goes, still we have 2 and 3, it works. Now here is a, many people has a misconception actually, or misunderstanding, either it can be Azure or AWS. See, imagine I have this is applicable for AWS and Azure, guys, both. Imagine I have 3 availability zones, just like that in the picture I showed, right? Now I want to have a high available application. Then what you need to do, you need to put each server in each availability zone, just like this actually. 1, 2, 3 by any, and you have a load balancer at the top, and it is going to do the load balancing just like this. Now by any reason, if this server, I mean this availability go down, what will happen to this server one, guys? Can anybody guess? If the availability zone goes down, what will happen to the server one? Anyone?
It will be offline temporarily and 2 and 3 will take its place.
Yes, exactly. So don't ever think that this is going to fail over to here and here. No, there is no concept, such a concept as failover. It will never happen. So if one availability, this is applicable for AWS, Azure, guys. Okay. So if one availability zone goes down, don't ever think that that particular server will be failover or move to a different availability zones. The answer is no. That is why is the responsibility of the customer or the person who is using the Azure, right, or AWS, right, to make sure his application, I mean the servers are scattered around multiple availability zones. Okay. Now since we have East US, right, I have 3 availability zones. Now what you need to understand is not every region have this one. For example, if I go to for example India, for example West India. Now, if I go to West India, so if I go here, availability zone, what it is saying, no availability zones are available for this location. So what I'm trying to say is, when the Azure first came into the picture, right, they didn't came with this availability zone concept. They don't have it. Even now, they don't have it for all the regions actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something. Okay. Hmm. This is a region. So they will have minimum of 3 availability zones, availability zone 1 and 2 and 3. Let me tell you, an availability zone is a combination of one or multiple data centers. Don't ever think that one availability zone is equal to one data center. No one said that. It can be multiple data centers actually. Okay. Now, what will happen here? Right now, these availability zones are supported in the following regions: Central US, East US, East US 2, West US, France, and you don't have India in the list actually. Okay, that is why you won't be able to see that one in India. So how exactly we're going to use in India? We're going to use a concept called as availability set actually, which I'm going to explain later. Later you will understand that one. Okay. Okay, so that is so. And there is one more good picture actually, I think. Let me show it to you. Okay, this is map.buildazure.com. So if you see right now, the presence, right, the presence of Azure is somewhere here actually. So if you see India, right, if I go India, these are all the blue. So what I can do, I can basically, I think today is a lockdown, so take care of guys, don't roam outside. Okay, so if you see, this one is West India, which is Mumbai, and here this is Central India, which is actually, I'm not sure how it became Central India. Central India should become Bhopal or Nagpur, but anyway, it became the bit Pune anyway. So, and this is South India, so which is in Chennai. So like this, they have their presence in three different regions, guys. Okay, so what you can do is so how exactly you going to choose your environment? So something like whichever is near to you, but in it I don't think Azure has something. If you go to AWS, right, there is something called as if I type cloud ping.info, for example. Okay, this is actually for AWS actually. If I basically run a HTTP ping from here, it will check it out different regions actually. It's going to run, but you can use for yourself also, right? So because it's a regions one, it is applicable for any region. So for example, since my server is located in US, so US is showing very less latency. You can use, that means from your office, where your office is located, right, you can run this one. If it is India, obviously it will be either Mumbai or Central or Chennai, right? But imagine your office is in Hyderabad actually. So where exactly? So actually Chennai, when compared to Chennai and Mumbai, Chennai is near. So what you can do, you can run a cloud info, check it out, what is the latency between Chennai or Pune or something, and you can find it out basically. Of course, when it comes to AWS, you only have Mumbai, but I'm just telling you. Okay, so you can go to map build Azure, you can find details actually. So we have a lot of details what's going on here, so you can basically go ahead and check it out. So how you get it, Azure location list in Azure CLI and Azure AZ account list. So this one is old actually, old CLI, this new CLI. So you can actually get into. So if I copy this, if I go to shell, so there is a timeout, guys. If you see in Cloud Shell, right, it is a default timeout of 20 minutes actually. So what will happen if you don't want to have the timeout basically? So what you can do is simply imagine you want to do some work. You want to do some work, and the script basically, what will happen is it's timeout or something. What you can do is give something like this. So let's do one thing. I'll say like you can give what I can do, watch, just like give watch ls and leave it like this. So what will happen when I give watch ls, right? So it will keep on running at the back end. So imagine I have enabled it 222, right? Normally it should be timeout by 242, right? We just leave it like that, and we'll come out anyway. We have the class until next 1 hour or 1.5 hours actually. So we'll check it out if it's getting a timeout or something. So what we can do is, if you're executing, what I'm trying to say is, if you're executing some script actually, okay, so what you can do, you can actually execute the script, something like ping hyphen c 100 www.google.com, okay, and I'll say watch ls and leave it like this. So what will happen, so at the back end it should run for it will keep on running actually. So and then it will be like this only once your script is executed, right? Once it is done, or I think I made a mistake, hold on, not pipe, it should be and actually. Now what will happen, it should ping the Google actually. Once it is done, right? Why it's not pinging google.com? Or let's try to, maybe they disable the much, I think ICMP is disabled here, I forgot, but I'll check it out. ICMP disabled. So you run the script, and what you do, you just give, once it is completed, right, it will go to the watch ls actually. So what will happen, it won't happen actually. So, or I can do something like this. For example, I'll say I is equal to 0 while $I hyphen less than something like for example 300, okay, do echo $I sleep 1. So I'll say like I equal to $I plus 1. Done. So what will happen? It will keep on raising the numbers and it will go to the 300 for every second. So what will happen? It will go to 5 minutes actually. So what I do, I'll up arrow and I'm going to give and watch ls. So what will happen? It will basically keep on counting for next 5 minutes. Once that is over, right? So what will happen? See, I have started at 225 guys. So ideally by 2:45 I should get a timeout, but right now what I did, I have made this script to work, and at the end, right, I give watch ls. So once the 300 is over, right, the watch ls will execute and it will be, the screen should not get disconnected for me. So if you don't want to get disconnected and get this annoying thing, right, so what you can do, you can use such a trick like this actually. Okay, right. Any questions on availability zones and regions, guys?
One doubt is there. I saw an availability zone. You have 1, 2, 3 images max. So you'll
Mhm.
imagine I have selected 2, and I after some time I want to make it 3. Is it possible?
No, not possible. Once a machine
Only
or
once I
resource
can.
is created, once a machine is created or resource is created in one availability zone, you don't see, I didn't see any option to move. You can move a resource group, but you can't really move an availability zone basically. Even that feature is not there even in AWS itself. Not Azure, not
Okay.
AWS.
Okay.
Okay. Hmm. Right.
Shri,
So yeah, yes.
little confused here. So when we try to create a virtual machine, so you always select a availability zone or you select only a particular region?
Okay, when you create a virtual machine, okay, for example, if I select East US, and if you have only one virtual machine, means your application has only one virtual machine, that is what you are trying to do. It doesn't matter either you select availability zone or which availability zone, doesn't matter. Why? Because if that goes down, your machine is gone bad. You can't do nothing about that one. Now your application has 3 servers, for example. You are allowed to put 3 servers, 3 web servers, so that if one goes down and one should be up, and you have a load balancing option is also there. Then if you are deploying in East US and you have this availability zone concept, deploy in each one in one availability zone. Okay. Now if you are deploying this in India, for example, if you're actually deploying the same application in India, the problem here is you will not, for example, central India, you don't have the concept of availability zone. So only thing is you have availability set, you need to deploy it. So simply put, if the region where you are deploying is having an availability zone, use it. Otherwise you're not going to do anything. Okay.
Okay.
Is it? Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
So
Excellent.
one more
Yeah.
question, Sri. So when you select availability zone, so
Mhm.
you said it will be 3 machines will be created, right?
If you want 3 machines, I didn't say it will create 3 machines. No, your application, see, I want to deploy a web application, simply put. Okay, a web application will contain 3 layers actually. Nor in general, it is web layer, app layer, and DB layer, database layer. This is called as a 3-tier application. Here web servers, I want 3 servers, so that if we proper load balancing, app 3 servers, and database I want to have a sort of always on for 3 servers, totally 9 servers. Okay, what you can do, each when you are deploying web servers, deploy in availability zone, one in availability zone 1, one in availability zone 2, one in availability zone 3. Same procedure for app and DB. That is what I'm trying to say.
So here the primary server will be online and remaining 2 servers will be offline.
No, 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 no. That is what I'm keep on repeating again and again. I didn't say anything primary, secondary. Did I ever use that word primary, secondary until now? No, I didn't use that word. See, if I say 3 servers, all 3 will be online serving the traffic. All 3 will be always online. So why you should be
So,
secondary? No, that means you are
so
going to get billed for all 3.
here
Yes.
the resource utilization will be more, right? At this time.
Then don't use 2 and 3. See, it is your responsibility to make sure, as what I said, if the availability zone goes down, your server goes down, right?
Okay.
If you think that, if you say